Hello, last week we talked about how you can manipulate both your cadence and your force on the bike, and when you might want a higher cadence versus a lower cadence, and how that will play out in a shorter versus a longer ride. So the best way to control your cadence and force is to be able to shift effectively. And so a lot of beginner riders, they tend to ride a course that's undulating and they don't shift because they're not very good at it. They don't know how. And as the grade goes up, their cadence slows, probably their force goes up too. And as the grade goes down, if they're going downhill, their cadence speeds up. So they're just responding to the environment and letting the environment control them. That's not good in the long run. You're going to tire yourself out. So we need to become effective shifters so we control what we're doing and the environment is not controlling us. The best way to practice this is to choose a slightly undulating course. And then what we want to do is to keep those variables as steady as possible. And we know the two variables are cadence and force. It's a little bit harder to keep force steady if you're not used to this. So we're going to say try your best to keep the force steady, but as the grade goes up, you're probably naturally going to push harder. As it goes down, you're probably going to let up on the pedals. That's okay. In general, try to think, okay, push steady, but you probably won't be able to super effectively. Cadence, however, you can definitely keep that steady. So that is the variable I want you to think about keeping totally steady as you do this drill. So you're on a slightly undulating course, you're trying to keep your force pretty steady, but you're definitely keeping your cadence steady. Pick a cadence you like, maybe 80, 85, 90, 95, something around that. Okay, then you ride this course. All I want you to think about is keep that cadence steady. In order to do that, as the course undulates, you're going to have to shift. So this is going to train you to shift effectively. All you have to think about, you don't have to think about shifting, you just have to think about keep that cadence the same, and then let your hands and your fingers shift and do whatever you need to do to keep that cadence the same. Of course, at first, this is going to be difficult, but keep practicing and you're going to find that you start shifting without even thinking of it because you just naturally are keeping that cadence the same. And then after you get the hang of this, you can try to keep the force the same a little bit more. And to do that, it's best to have a power meter. And so the ultimate practice for shifting and being a very controlled rider where you are controlling the bike is if you can go on a very undulating course and you can keep both the power and the cadence steady. Basically, you are choosing your power and you are choosing your cadence. The environment or the course is not choosing it for you. If you can do that, you can go into a race and you can totally control what you do in that race to suit what you need to best go fast and do well.